Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Samir Javed, and today we'll be learning about inserting tables or creating tables in a document. As we all know, tables provide an efficient way for us to organize our data, and it helps us in properly displaying that information in a document which is easy to read for the readers. So let's start off. Over here we have our default standard document that we've been using for formatting. So we're now going to insert a table in this document. So we'll go to this insert tab over here in Word. Once you click on it, you'll see an option over here written as table. And once you select the drop down below it, it will show you multiple options of inserting table. So let's start off with the first one. Now Word provides a very interesting feature where it allows you to dynamically generate table based on the number of tiles that you select. Over here it can provide you a maximum of 10 columns by 8 rows table, so you can adjust it as per you need. Let's select a 5 by 5 option over here, and once I do, it creates an automatic table over here in my document. And as you can see, by default Word shifted to the design mode. Over here, if you select the drop down, it can give you multiple options of formatting that you can use for formatting your table. Let's say I select this one. You can select any one of those based on your document theme, depending on what type of data you have. So you have all this available pre-built in Word. You can also change the shading as per your requirement. So this creates a simple table in our document. You can start inputting data over here. Another option of creating or a different table is over here. If we go down the same path, we go to insert table, and then we also have an option over here of insert table. So once we select that, over here Word provides a dialog box which provides you an option to select the number of rows and number of columns of your table. How is it different from the previous one? Is it because it's not limiting you to 10 columns or 8 rows? You can have more than 15 columns over here. You can define multiple rows as well, so it can go up to 11, 12, whichever number you want, depending on how you want to display it, because you have to also keep in view your page width and the data, how it's going to display. So let's say I select 10 columns by, let's say, 8 rows. Let's make it 10 by 10 in fact. And we also have a few features over here which provides the behavior of how the data will fit in those columns. So first one is the fixed column width, which is set to auto. This will mean that it will utilize whatever space is available depending on what's the page width is and stuff like that, and set the column width based on that. Otherwise, I have this option over here which we can utilize for setting the width of the column based on our certain measurements. Second one is the auto fit, which allows us to resize the columns based on the contents that we have in those columns. So basically it will size the cell based on whatever we are going to write on. Auto fit window is obviously it's going to fit the columns based on the window that we have. So let's select this one. It will adjust our column width or cell width based on whatever we are inputting in our document. Then there's a check mark over here which lets us allow us to allow the Word to remember whatever we've said in this dialog box. So whichever new table we create in this document, it will remember these settings and apply those on the same on the new tables. So once I click on this, it creates this 10 by 10 table in this document. I can stretch it by selecting this as well. So I can do whatever I want based on this, and as you see, we mentioned auto fit to contents. It's going to fit the column width based on whatever I write. So it's going to keep the ends of the columns. It will keep adjusting to it, to whatever I'm writing. You see, so it's going to adjust each and every column based on the content that I am writing. So this is an interesting feature as well, depending on what type of data you want to portray, and if you are not sure about the width of that data, you can utilize this format. So let's try another one. Let's go back to insert table. Over here, Word also provides you the option to draw the table by yourselves. So for example, it immediately, whenever I select this option, it immediately changes my pointer to a pencil. So over here, it gives me an option to draw the table. I can distribute this single cell into multiples based on my requirement. See, it's distributing whatever I am doing. So it gives me the flexibility to have different lengths and different types of columns instead of having all of them in the same sequence. So this is interesting for those who don't have a consistent data and want to display each and every row separately from the previous one. So you can draw your table as per your need. So let's try another one. We go back to the table insert option. Another interesting feature that we have over here is inserting an entire Excel spreadsheet within our document. So as soon as I click this, MS Word opens an Excel sheet over here. So this is applicable wherever we have multiple options of displaying data that's being calculated based on formulas. So you can apply all Excel features over here, and once you're done with the table within the Excel, for example, I write this, I type 1, so the same data will keep displaying as is on my document. So whenever I want to edit something, I just double click on this and it will open up in the Excel format. And one last interesting feature or option that we have for creating a table is to use quick tables that are already there in Word. So you can insert a predefined calendar table. You can define double tables over here having multiple columns and multiple rows. You can have different matrix type table created. You can use tabular list over here. You can select a table with subheadings. For example, this is something that is pulled out of some data and has been distributed across depending on different categories. So this is very interesting to use, and you don't have to do much. Just select a predefined format and edit the contents as per your need. Another feature that I can show you over here is whenever you hover over this crossbar and right click, you can insert a caption. It's like giving a name to your table. So once you define your table name, you define what type of label you are applying, and you can decide whether to show this name above the table or below it. Let's say I select above, and it will start showing this name above my table that I have created. This is helpful in searching if you are going through the document, this particular data, and you can search it by name instead of browsing through the entire document. and it also helps in filtering out in the table of contents. We'll be learning a lot of things as we go along, and we'll also learn detailed functions of each type of these tables. For now, this is all from my side. Until our next video, take care and bye bye.